I sort of was able to communicate with a plant.
Hello everyone, welcome to our first episode of Unveiling the Unknown. My name is Desiree. On my left we have Jay, and right we have John and Stefan.
Hello,
Hi
everyone.
everyone.
Hello.
We are your hosts for this show, which is brought to you by WikiWika, a community that shares knowledge about all things unseen.
So the point of starting this podcast is you guys want to share with others about what you guys know? No?
Yeah, we experienced it ourselves, and then we realized that a lot of people also don't know how to take care of their own energy. Therefore, we wanted to share certain tips or certain information so that they can take care of their own energy better.
So what is this unseen that you're talking about?
We believe that there's more than these dimensions that we live in because a lot of religions and talking about it. So Earth is not the only dimension that.
When you talk about like a lot of multiverse, is it something like the Marvel kind of thing?
From what we have studied so far, there seems to be 31 dimensions. So human dimensions is one of them. Some of them are the insects, the animals. Some of them are the ghost beings, and then there are the hell beings. You have the Momok.
Momok is...
Momok is the unseen. Those that make your hair stand.
The ghost.
And then there are the good beings as well. Yeah, and others.
Good
There's a lot.
being.
Deities.
Oh,
Or
okay.
what other religions call angels, and then spirits. And there are beings higher than the angels as well. Yeah.
So this 31 universe, can they like cross each other? Like intercross? Is it possible?
I mean, the lower dimensions does cross into our dimension quite easily. The higher dimensions are lesser, more rare. Yeah.
So how does this thing work?
So actually, they open up many channels for us to get in touch with them, so to protect ourselves, to ask for help. So you have the good ones and the bad ones. So it goes to shows that a lot of things that we cannot see with our naked eyes is there.
So understanding from this 30 universe is something like living in the same sphere, but there are different layer of sphere, different layers in this sphere. Is it something like this?
It's a little bit vague whether they are talking about the same dimensions but separated by distance or separated by dimensions. I think both is applicable So for us, we are still learning and doing a lot of research. We don't have all the answers yet.
But since like the 7 lunar month is coming, right? How about we talk more about that dimension of them? Are they considered a dimension themselves? Those
Yes.
brothers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's like, what are they usually like?
We have strange beings that is crossbreed like animals and humans. Those type. Yeah. Monkey
You mean
faces.
they together?
Yeah.
Hybrid kind?
Yeah. So if you're talking about the humans who passed away, because the Earth has been around for millions of years, so probably people have been living around 100,000 years or more. So what we understand is that when they pass away, right, it takes a very long time for these beings to move on. So these are the things that we see: spirits of the dead, spirits from other dimensions.
Why would they come out during this month? Like they are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, but they only come out during 7.
Basically, from our point of view, they are around all the time. You see them more on the 7th month is because you offer something to them. Right? So there's more offering, then people come out to eat the offering, or they come out to eat the offering. Not
So like got more energy to move around, something like that?
Well, when you start to offer them, communicate with them, begging for things, so there's a connection. This connection is made. They become more and more clear to the eyes.
So what about like other than 7 months? Are they around us also?
Actually, in daytime, they're also around. Yep.
So how do they like, as in they don't get food, like, because when it's 7 months people offer something to them. So normal days, how do they
think about
actually?
it this way. We don't disappear in the night, we don't disappear in the day. They also don't disappear in the night or day. They also don't disappear during 8 months or 9 months. They just hide because there's no food, right? But if you put food there, then they'll just come and eat the
So
food.
they can be around in the daytime also.
Yeah.
So it's
So-
not like the show when the sun come out, then everybody has run away.
So
That
probably
kind.
along the further episodes, we will explore and explain further why during the day they are not so powerful or they are lesser of them. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Mm.
interesting.
And as well as the modernized society, why they are not so powerful anymore.
But how do these 7 months came about? Like what started it?
There are two religions that have roots in this. One is the Buddhist religion. So, in the very first sutras of the past, it mentions that one of the disciples of the Buddha, his mother passed away, and through his supernatural powers, he knew that she was suffering in hell. She wanted to do something about it, approached the Buddha, and then the Buddha gave her a solution to do more good deeds, offer to the monks, and then dedicate the merits to her. So after hundreds of years, it further developed as it spreads to China. The theme is revolving around the core theme of it is there, but the focus of the person is different. They change. Yeah. So it has developed into opera shows, and so that's why you see the 7 months there's opera shows for all this. And the other one is Taoism. So they believe that there are originally 3 emperors who are in charge of our human world: the Tian Gong, Di Gong, and the Sui Gong. Yeah. So the Di Gong will be in charge of helping the lost souls cross over and taking care of your ancestors. So during the 7th month, the 15th of the 7th month is they celebrate his birthday. So that's where they actually use this festival to make merits for their ancestors, for our ancestors as well.
Basically, it started with filial piety, and then it sort of morphed into this culture or this tradition that we're doing now.
Is that why we burn all the offering every year since it start from there?
Well, it's a slow evolution of culture. So in the Chinese, last time they used real gold and silver to pay, right? So as papers are discovered, they use banknotes to replace. That's why you see the incense papers has gold or silver stepped
In the middle.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So the incense paper that we burn is actually for them, not for them to use, is to pay their way through.
To pay the judges along the way, that kind, is it?
There are sayings that there was a very smart, wealthy, smart businessman who had access of papers, and then he invented this to clear his stock, to burn. So there are different ways of looking at it.
So actually 7 months is 15 days or 30 days?
Most the Buddhists celebrate it for 30 days.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Then who celebrate for 15 days?
I
though?
don't know, they always
Then-
say like 初一到15 or something. So I
so
thought
Then
it was supposed to
初四
be-
到初30 is do what?
I thought it's end already lah, so I thought their holiday only for 15
So
days.
the first 15 days is more for the piety. So the next 15 days they do offerings for the less fortunate souls.
So is there really such thing like hell gate? Like there's a hell, so when the gate open, everyone come out and get the food.
We need to send somebody there to find out.
From our point of view, we don't think so lah. From our
Who's the
point
one
of view,
going?
From your point of view, sorry?
we don't think so lah. We think that
They are just
around,
always
they are
all the
always
time.
there,
So they are
and then
actually around all the time. It's
Yeah.
just that they come out at the same time.
they come out at the time when
because
you
there's
offer
more
stuff
food.
lah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another interesting fact is that when Chinese they pass away, they put a coin in the mouth of the deceased, and then they burn off, right? So this belief is that when they go before the judge of the underworld, they don't anyhow speak about the living relatives. So when they start to open their mouth, the coin comes out. And then there are sayings that there was a very smart, wealthy, smart businessman who had access of papers, and then he invented this to clear his stock, to burn. So there are different ways of looking at it.
You mentioned that when the coin is put in the mouth, it prevent them from talking, right? So, but when the coin come out, they can talk again, ma.
It's to pay the judge,
But there are only one judge.
Reach there, then they open their mouth.
Yeah.
What happens if they talkative, Then like at the start of the judge, I'll be like, hey, I tell you, judge, you know my life,
We will put more coins for you, okay?
Sorry, is it?
Probably
more coins for
you
you.
have to put a bag of coins. for
Okay, I will ask my descendants to cut out this part to burn me more coins, okay?
I know they got this like pearl on the what's the actually the pearl for?
Pearl in what? Sorry.
It's the
When
same
in the
purpose.
coffin, they always like they put a
Yeah.
pearl on the lips,
In the
right?
lips, ah.
So is that actually the coin as well, or
It's the same purpose.
oh, it's the same
it's the same
purpose?
But pearl or coin more valuable?
I'm not sure.
Do people
because
still put coin now?
nowadays no more already. I think you try to put
It's the
something.
pearl, right?
Yeah, your elders will smack you if you try to put something. So nobody, I think,
Back then is they put real coin or is it the paper coin?
the
Coin.
Oh,
old
so it's
coin.
real, not the
Yeah.
paper kind.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But now another level already, ma.
Use
Because they say got
pearl.
the paper they burn, so I think they use the pearl only,
Got
right?
aeroplanes,
Now use
got
digital
house,
currency
yeah.
already.
Oh,
Crypto.
Yeah.
maybe, yes. But then during 7 months they always say like don't do this, don't do that. It's like, are there any really do's and don'ts?
Well, there are some practices lah. They say to better play safe than to do it and then get into trouble. So you always hear the elders that they say don't bring your children out too late at night because children are more susceptible to such spiritual disturbance. They do get possessed or disturbed.
Means they are easier to
Yes,
link with them.
yes. Then there are also people who don't go swimming in the sea or rivers because probably somebody drowned there and then they are be more powerful during the time of 7 months.
Is it this thing called like 替死鬼? Is it like if they make someone die, the person die in place will take their
Like take over the place
spirit
itself.
spot, then the spirit who kill them can move on.
Honestly, we don't know because we haven't died yet this time. But I don't know how that works. How does it work that I kill somebody and then I can move on? I don't know how that works.
Like to replace something
it doesn't
in the
make
spot, is
karmic
it?
sense.
it doesn't make sense to
Yeah,
us.
because if you kill somebody to replace you, actually your sin gets heavier, right? So how, because you are there in the first place because of your very dense vibration, so you're sucked to that realm there. So when you kill again, it gets lower. So what we believe is that probably the place there, right, that holds a certain memory of what has happened. So this memory actually replaces itself, and then you sway when your mind is weak, you get stuck to that part, and then you drown.
So it's not like something pulling you in lah. Like a spirit pulling you in. It's not that.
You imagine it's like the planets, right? When they revolve, there's gravity, right? So when it repeats itself, the gravity gets heavier. So more and more things happen there.
Oh,
as a
so it's
result.
like if there's this place that always have the like car accident kind of thing, and then it repeats, it's just because the energy that area is low.
Of course,
Can
there
you
are
see that?
stories where they are lonely, lah. They just want to pull you in. More the merrier, lah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Then they also got talk about the host wedding.
So when we go to restaurants, each time I go to restaurants, I see empty seats. And then I felt something weird. And I try to focus and see, they are there. They're eating with us. So let's
you
say,
can see.
yeah.
Oh.
So if you are, holding a wedding and they come to celebrate, so people don't, they still feel that it's not so auspicious, even if you cannot see.
The more the merrier, ma. You
Yeah.
guys just sit.
Exactly. So, and
Yeah,
as
because
for...
usually they say wedding on the 7th month is cheaper.
Oh,
But I think my friend did that.
You can double invite the amount of people.
Yes.
Half you cannot see, half you can
the
see.
price.
yeah, with half the price. That's good though.
So imagine they celebrate with you, and then they see your husband, handsome leh, they follow home.
Oh, so it's a
So we have-
thing lah.
So we have those very 色鬼 also lah. You saying? Is it?
Have because they are very low vibration beings, So vibrations like greed, lust, anger, is stronger in them. Yeah. So no people renovate and move houses during that time also. Let's say when you move in and then doing renovation is empty so they start to open the door and then
People, when it's empty, they go and squatter. They go and squat there, right? Yeah. Then after a while, squat 久了就是他的位置了咯。
I
如果 the house 没有人住 also it will happen the same thing,
you'll be
right?
surprised because my friend he renovated the house. They are the first tenant. So they renovate. When they move in, one of the room has a talisman, the Chinese talisman, stuck on the wall.
Then what he do?
Yeah. So
You mean he see it? Oh, what?
no, the parents saw it. Somebody stuck this talisman on the wall.
This talisman is like can see by normal eyes also.
Yeah, it's physical. One.
Oh, it's a physical thing.
The
Yeah,
fu ah.
The food is a
it?
physical thing. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So After that, we realized, because when I was younger in my secondary school days, I always go to his house, man. A lot of friends, we go to his house, can feel something, can see something.
Like something
But
is
when
very
they are
weird.
staying inside, is there any
They
weird
get
things?
disturbed. They do get disturbed. Yeah.
Like example?
Those, I'm not sure whether he moved in during the 7 month or so. So let's say, yeah, if you move in during the 7 month,
Disturb as in
it's going to be higher chance.
disturb the sleep.
Nightmares.
The things can touch you or not?
Some can.
Because I ever heard of a story, right? My friend, the maid was holding like the rice or something, and then something just hit the hand, then the whole bowl of rice 就掉，是米啊, so it's not cooked yet, so everything just on the
Yeah,
floor.
I heard of friends who woke up with words on their hands,
What?
cuts, scratch, cut,
Bleeding cuts.
like kill or something.
On the
so-
hand, it's a words itself.
Yeah,
Is a scar or a like
scratch mark.
or just
It's a
scratch marks?
scratch
Okay.
mark. Yeah.
Okay, at least they kind enough not to leave a scar on your body lah. On the brighter side.
Graffiti
Right,
goals
obviously.
probably they just want to do art. They don't want to.
Probably they don't want to destroy you lah. Just want to like leave some signature down on your
Maybe
body.
Habit,
tattoo artist.
habit.
Probably that's their previous life's job. Huh? But during the 7 month, it like we got the first row always empty ma. What happen if some people who don't believe or anything like that, they go sit at the first empty row?
This one is one of the practice during the olden days. They during the 7 month there are opera shows. The opera shows is actually showing just now the Buddhist legend I told you.
Yeah.
So the first show is actually for the ghosts. Or sometimes the first row of seats is for the ghosts. So your parents will probably warn the children, hey, don't sit there. You offend them, they do something on you.
If like got other people like they don't know, that they just go.
See heng sui lah. Let's say if your luck is better, you don't get it. Yeah. So I'm not sure why, but the ghosts are very attracted to filming shows, things like that. So you go to cinema, there are hell lots of them. So on top of the ceilings, the walls, you see them a lot.
I don't want to go cinema already.
It's okay. When those famous show means you free up one empty space for those who want to see.
Okay.
So about that, also the shows will be on the roadside, right? Like those Chinese opera, like it's always on like an open field or roadside.
Nowadays it's like 歌台 already, right?
歌台,
Because
yeah.
lesser and lesser people see opera shows already. Yeah.
But do they still set up opera just for them?
Or it's the same thing?
I'm not really sure, but nowadays I see more like modern day singing rather than opera shows. The opera shows are more like to celebrate the birthdays of the gods. Yeah.
Okay. 歌台 I think now is a very common thing.
It's more
most
common,
of the
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
But I think as long as it's performance, they
They will
enjoy
like
it,
lah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, we had an experience where they came and watched a horror show with us lah.
Oh, tell us more about it.
We have a friend in our team who can't really see them, but that night he saw them.
One.
One, not them, is her.
No, as in y'all are watching a show at
Yeah.
a cinema or what?
Okay, so the last time we were in the old studio, right? And we were watching I think a horror show, me and John. And then suddenly I felt my hair stand from the left to the right. And then after I felt that, John said, hey, something just walked past from the left to the right. I'm
Yeah.
like,
So we thought it's probably you could think that it's just an error, but another friend, David, he saw it.
He really see it clearly.
So- Stephen,
We-
can you see?
No, I can't see, but I can feel. But it's starting to open up.
Starting to open up.
Yeah, which is good lah, which is what I want lah. Yeah.
So now what can you see? It's only like vague shapes, is it?
I can see the outlines of the aura. I can see if there's a shift in an aura. I can see shimmering, sometimes movements, shadows.
You all want to see, I'm gladly happy to
Oh, no, it's
give
okay.
you this
We don't
ability.
need- we don't
I
need.
can change it for another ability to see numbers that can open.
Oh, numbers, huh?
Numbers, ah.
4D, is it?
Monday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
I think you're more interested in numbers.
Yeah.
Numbers, okay. Numbers I'll be willing
See
to.
goals not fun.
Aiyo, later everybody 排队拿号码嘞。
So do people like go to get those lucky numbers during 7 months more? Does it really work or increase their chances?
I believe they do leh.
There is some go to the cemetery, some go to
Aiyo.
trees, Some go to places where
But go to cemetery don't have to be like 7 months, right?
yeah.
The people can go anytime to go there.
Yeah.
Is it like maybe 7 months 比较
So
So
because
the
7 months their energy higher, does it mean like they got more power to give you the chance to win more?
I guess when you feed them, they got more energy to do work, right?
Yeah,
So
something
maybe,
like that.
Maybe lah.
Oh.
Maybe.
But you'll be surprised the cemeteries are more peaceful and not so haunted as
Oh.
other places.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it like cause they come out of that
Probably
land?
your own house you don't want to make until noisy, not peaceful, dirty. You just keep it.
Okay, so
okay.
I got one question is the cemetery one is they have to stay around there or they can actually go out?
Okay, beings actually get trapped within an area. They cannot move beyond an area. So what actually contains them is a physical item. That physical item could be something that they are attached to, or probably when they are killed, the blood is splattered there, that place. So there must be a physical thing that holds that consciousness. Yeah. So if that physical thing, let's say, is buried somewhere, so there's an area where they can only operate. So
So it's within that.
so how to go beyond that area is they find another physical thing to tag to, which is you lah.
They can tag to anything, right? Or
Well,
anyone.
Once the connection is made with you, they can tag onto you.
Then how to attack, catch another person? Like I tag you, then after that you have to
How
make
to untag? We find Stefan. We find Stefan and John to untag. I heard before people saying that if people like they commit suicide, right? They jump down from a building or something. They will repeat doing the same thing at the same time or every day. So is that true?
There are very strange clips on YouTube. Some are fakes, some are definitely real, and you look at that. They do repeat the action. And I read from an article, there's certain very famous duke or king or somewhere in a castle at a certain time of the night, right, when the clock strikes. You see them come out to repeat the whole being tortured, being killed, the whole scenario.
Is there a reason for that?
Like I said, physical things do have whole memories, so it repeats itself.
But it's a painful memory. Why would they want to repeat every day?
I think they cannot help it. It's like when you go to a place and hear a song, right? Your brain keeps repeating that song. So sometimes when you're trying not to be angry with a person, but the thoughts keep repeating the anger, the hatred, So this is the same thing. They go through the same
So
thing.
it's not whether they want or not
Yes,
because
and
they
you'll be
cannot.
surprised that hundreds and thousands of years will go by and they will still be doing that.
Do they know that they are doing that, or to them every day is like a new day?
Probably sometimes they have moments of clarity, but most of the time they just go through.
It's just an instinct that they just do
Yeah.
it lah.
Okay, so since you can see, right? You can feel, right? Do they actually get you all to help out on things?
Well, I have some experiences of them actually asking for help, especially after there was this time where we did a meditation retreat. And then after the meditation retreat, I sort of was able to, I would say, communicate with a plant or a tree.
You can talk to plant.
Yeah, so during that time. So it's a mental communication, and I thought I was going crazy until they told me that they saw something there. Then I knew that there was an entity there. So this entity was actually asking for help because this tree was supposed to be cut down, and just asking me to save it lah. So I tried lah.
How do you try to help it though?
Instead of letting the tree get chopped down, we actually shifted the tree. But we shifted the tree. Unfortunately, after shifting the tree, it did
It
not
just
survive
probably
the
don't like the
transplanting lah.
new place,
Did
is
not
it?
Or maybe it could be shift to another place, as in itself, the spirit itself tag to another one because they can tag, right?
I'm not sure of exactly what happened, but the last few times I tried to communicate, it was weaker. I do not think that it has shifted. It just became weaker lor. Yeah.
And eventually you cannot hear it anymore lah.
But when you know it's already, you should be there trying to ask for help for quite some time already. That's why.
It was that. No. It only started to ask for help when somebody said they wanted to remove the tree.
Oh. So basically it was quiet all the while lah, enjoying their life there.
Yeah.
Kind.
Yeah.
But you can hear, right?
So a lot of people would think that it's their own thoughts,
Aye.
but sometimes you can hear things that you cannot know the answer to.
To double confirm, ask another friend, but don't tell him any background history. Just ask. He'll tell you the same thing. Means probably you're not going mad.
Double confirm.
Especially
confirm the other people,
numerical information.
You mean ask from another person that they can also feel and
See and
see.
feel, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then during 7 months they say sometimes you hear people call you don't turn back.
Yeah.
So like can they really hear, or is like do they really call out to you?
Some black magics or ghosts, they do make sound for you to turn. Why? Because a connection is made.
They say like Chinese got this 三把火. So then when you turn, you actually like extinguish one of it. That's why you also get weaker.
I thought they said you have to turn at the same time, or you cannot just turn half body.
Oh yeah,
or
you have to
like that,
3-point turn. Three-point turn.
All these practices passed down by the elder generation is a way for us to make sense, and then because you have to focus on something, if there's nothing to focus on, you don't know how to get your energy out of your body to help the person. So they'll focus on this. This is the Sanpaho. For us, if anyone who has done meditation will know, right? That's why we are asked to sit very straight and don't move. The best is you don't move for 1 hour, 2 hours.
during the meditation.
Your mind will
time.
go into a very concentrated state. Right? Because next time when people call you, you turn right, you will notice that there's a shift in your consciousness lowers a bit. It's when that connection can come in. Yeah. So some people mouth itchy lah. They make probably a sound, and then they say, "Where's more? How come there's a chicken here, or there's a goose here?"
Or
there's
like
a
when
duck
something
here."
weird here, they must make comment that kind, is it?
Anyhow
So
say
yeah, if you're
lah.
walking in a group and your friend makes such comment, you should be happy because kena them already. You'll be
You'll be
safe.
free.
You'll be safe. So shut up, don't say anything.
But
So
what
must
if the
bring a
whole group-
talkative one lah.
Hey, what?
No, I'm asking.
But what happens if the whole group keep quiet and just walk past, then everyone no one kena lah?
Well,
Is
the
it?
next day when you're out that place, you can discuss lah. Because there are certain things that the smell will come, or the sound will come, or the shadow.
Oh yeah,
can
people
be
always
seen.
say right, if you smell something.
Of course,
don't
very
say.
common 7 months, and then you see somebody eating on the streets. Then you go and ask your friend, 这样好吃咩？豆腐跟饭而已。Don't say this kind of thing. The mouth is very easy to get yourself into trouble. Yeah.
So if they look for you, like 你可以帮我拔那个 orange 吗？orange，
Yeah. 你不要问他 orange 这样好吃咩？地上的 like 了丢。
你会帮他去拔那个
So far, no,
orange 吗？
they don't come and ask me for help.
But they
I'm
eat by
very
the
lucky.
roadside one. Like they
I
don't have
seen-
like find a place comfortably sit and eat,
I seen
that kind.
2-3 times.
菜饭 go
Bring the 菜 and tofu, like go find a park nearby bench and then like eat. They don't do that, like make themselves comfortable.
Like I said, it operates within a circumference of a physical item. So I've seen it only a few times, but it's enough to let me understand that.
But
such
I'm
things.
curious like because one 菜饭 right, then 一个人吃 right,
对
then finish already
then
right.
下一个人怎么
The
办
thing is still there ma. So the next person can still eat the
So
same
is
thing.
feed
or not?
one bunch or one
If you are
people?
interested, the
One-
coming 7 months, I can bring a chair, and then you start to see. I'll tell you.
Okay lah, you help me to see lah.
We should do the experiment. We buy 2 packets of rice. One we offer, one we don't offer. Then you try the one offered and don't offer one. See got different taste or not.
We can eat after
Yes,
that.
you can eat.
We can.
Yeah.
It's allowed, huh?
Yeah, just to find out what the taste different,
Explanations to this. If you offer to the higher one, they will bless you with energy. You eat it, it's better for you. Offer to the lower one, you actually give, let them take away the energy for them to become better. So you actually don't eat the ones that you offer to the lower one.
Like that we know already. Because we already know this thing, right? So we put the rice there, right? We have to offer to someone that don't know about this thing, right? So anybody can try.
We can have an experiment to try out and see what the rice tastes like right after being offered and before being offered. Yeah, then you all know it actually loses a bit of this essence. I don't know how to explain this.
Like it's not that has the.
Yeah, it loses a bit of the essence lah.
Yeah, I saw one of the movies like that. They bring back the orange, then 吃那个 orange 是没有味道的。I don't know how true lah, but
Yeah. If you eat things that have been prayed to the spirits before, you should be able to taste there is a difference. I tasted before.
So if we give to the higher being, it'll probably taste nicer, is it? Then like the so-called
for
lower
the higher
being-
beings, I haven't tried out, so maybe the next time I'll go and try.
Oh, then you can feedback to us lah, huh? During the 7 months, they say don't anyhow sing song. You know, like there are song lyrics that goes like 我等着你回来 that kind of song. They say don't.
Really, I'm outside.
They say Why the announcing song? That's
don't
like, does it?
whistle in the night alone.
Yeah, don't whistle.
Don't
Don't
whistle,
sing.
I don't understand how is this whistling thing attracting them.
Yeah, and the song
Like, why would this thing attract them?
since they're all around, why does 7 month cannot sing leh?
Or is it because they think that you are performing something
For them, like on the road.
You whistle, then they happily enjoy
I'm
the
not
music.
sure, really not sure. Probably they just waiting for someone to do something wrong. See, die.
He waiting for me to come back.
Excuse lah.
I think we should just experience it, right? This 7 month we'll do an episode where we do all these things that cannot do one, and then see what happens.
Has they said they'll be doing the one doing it, so we just like ask them for their experience
Buy
after
the
that.
things we pass to them.
Like, you guys experience already, please feedback us like which one is not.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, if really somebody go and try out this experience lah.
But have you guys heard of any more like strange do's and don'ts though? Like personally one, because now what we know is more like the commonly known one, right?
Or have your own self have any experience of the do's and don'ts?
I think it's just another month. So the logical things is you don't go and kick the offerings, don't open your
If
mouth and shoot.
accidentally, because sometimes it's all over the place. Sometimes people talk, or they walk past, they didn't see, right?
Especially the offerings, after you burn, they fly and cover your.
Yeah.
Then if you accidentally step on it,
Sorry.
Just apologize.
just excuse me, just like that. Oh, it's fine. Yeah.
And they say like after burning those like ash, all this, we don't step on it, right?
The cleaners, the next day they have to clean. Yeah, so I guess
Or they
it's
also
the
got no choice.
intention, how you connect to them. There's an intention, yeah. So It should be fine. If you accidentally kick it or something, that's fine. It's nothing to be, unless you purposely go and kick it. And
Yeah, I guess the intent, what he says, the intent plays a part lah. Yeah, if you accidentally
There
kick
must
and then
be
you
a
apologize,
connection.
I don't think they'll be angry. Actually, to be honest, I think they are quite nice to negotiate with lah. Yeah, easier to negotiate with than some humans.
I remember one thing like last time 那种小孩子 then auntie always say 尿急 then you go one corner then every time go there must siam
Or like say excuse me and something like that.
They are like kids but not me lah.
Just kidding. Like then ask for the place.
But that one is any time also is like manners to them or anything, right?
You never know that might be a being there, right? Just
like sleeping and then you just like rain water on it somehow suddenly. I think it's quite rude right.
Yeah.
So must like at least wait them out like siam.
you wouldn't know what is in that ground, man.
Yeah,
correct.
Like
yeah.
you heard of stories where in US their house always gets haunted.
Oh yeah, why?
Things shift around, each time they cleanse, there's nothing that can be done. People change, families after families. Why, like I said, physical things holds memories, right? Even if the house is torn down, right? What about the ground? There could have been a wall where blood was there inside. So the only thing is to just dig up everything, replace it with new dirt, new house, and probably there will be a chance to be free of the hauntings.
I know my brother used when he's young, he actually experienced this thing when he's sick and then he wanted to go to the toilet, but he saw a towel that is floating in the air. So he got a shock when he's very young so he got a shock when he shout, and then my grandma ran out, right? The towel just dropped on the floor. Yeah.
It's like 悬空 hanging in
Yeah,
the air.
it's really hanging in the air.
so the spirit actually put it as like Casper ma.
Yeah,
Put
you
a
know
towel
like those
around,
like
right?
flaming
Boom.
Yeah.
So they can actually touch these things also.
Sometimes they don't want you to be sharing the same space with them. They just scare you off. Yeah. So if you don't hit that hints they give you, it gets like a whisper becomes a shout and a voice of aggression. It gets worse. Probably you just have to tell them that most of the time when we travel overseas, we will just say that I'm just using this hotel room for 2-3 days.
Stay.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I impinge on your privacy. They don't do anything to you.
Yeah, they
Like
always
you
say
knock.
like if you
Yeah.
go knock before you go in,
Yeah.
and then they'll say like I heard it's like you go overseas or what, you stay in the hotel room, your slippers don't put like that. You have to put like opposite. If not, they will wear it or
Don't put like that at where?
as in don't put
Facing the
like you normal taking out your feet, right?
Yeah.
It's like that,
Yeah, correct.
So they say you have to put the other way around. That means it's not in order one.
at where, like is it the front door or like by
Anywhere
your
that you
bedside?
anywhere that you wanna leave your slipper
I'm
at.
not sure because
So basically, they don't want you to make it easy for them to wear
To-
your slippers.
yes,
lah.
correct.
Then what
that's
about
why it's-
shoes? Only slippers.
That means both lah, both.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how true lah, but they say like
I've never experienced it myself. Once I experience it, I'll let you know.
I remember there was a trip, a trip where 20 over of us went to Portugal and stayed in a hotel room. The next day, everyone was talking. They have disturbing dreams or nightmares. Some even have the same dreams. So yeah, probably these are the places where it's very bad. You put the slipper anyhow, put on your head, also no use.
Have the same dream, could it be the thing that is disturbing the
Try to
both
give a
person?
hint.
Energy, because when
Yeah.
you sleep, your energy gets low. It gets,
Get what?
stuck with them. It's on the same level. That's why you can connect to the information.
Is this the 鬼压床 thingy also?
The
Like
鬼压
how-
床
is it the same way it works?
okay. Some would say that it's a sleep paralysis because your
Yeah.
brain wakes up before your body does,
Yeah,
right? But
yes.
there are sometimes we heard of people telling us their 鬼压床 lasted 40 minutes. So how do you explain that? And there are some people who, I'm not sure, saw apparitions and wake up with wounds.
Wounds as in like
Yeah, so
really-
I think you cannot use one explanation to push away all scenarios because there is so many factors and combining in real life. Yeah.
Have you ever experienced it?
Yeah, I think I experienced one, but I'm not sure whether is it 鬼压床 or sleep paralysis because the mind wake up before the body. So I open my eyes, right? I see like a shape in front of me, like the woman kind. Then the thing I scared, right? I just close my eyes. But then after that, the paralysis just slowly wore off lah. And then I open my eyes, it's okay.
So
again.
you can open your eyes.
I
Did you try
can.
talking?
Of course no. The moment I open, I see something. I close back already. I'm
Some-
scared.
some-
Because people say they try to shout, they can't shout, man.
But the thing is, I did try to like move fidget, and I realized I cannot. That's why I don't know. I just like close. But it lasted quite a while. It's not 40, like probably 5 minutes the most. It's quite fast. That's why I'm not sure. So
Sometimes you see when we go into deep sleep, the brain has a lower cycles, 7 to 10. When you're half awake, it's like 11 to 14 or something. So when you wake up, it's 30. So that is the time when your mind actually functions on logic. When you sleep, you don't remember your dreams. In between the logic and the illogic merge together, right? Sometimes when you're half awake at that point, your mind releases image. You thought that you see something, and then
the
after that,
battery
when
is
it gets more cycles, you wake up. Yeah,
Basically,
so
what he's trying to
sometimes-
say is we don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
But it might be anything lah. Yeah.
okay, I understand.
So-
have you experienced?
No.
You guys have never experienced like the 鬼压床 thing? No, huh?
No,
I only
I-
压自己的手，起来手麻不可以动。
Oh, but okay, 那个还好。
I'm the sort who sleeps. The whole place burned down. So don't know. I wake up. It's like
Oh, that's a
what?
very deep sleep.
Yeah, very.
Oh, lucky
Every
you
night,
come
oh.
today leh.
What do you mean?
I woke up. I saw 12. I see my clock 11:30. Siao liao.
Yeah, for your info, they were late.
Had to teleport.
Hey,
sia.
all of them were late.
No.
No, they never catch the correct message.
My,
When
One-
everybody is late,
No.
you are not late.
my friend
One
says
person say 12.
when the whole world is
three
late
person didn't hear it.
and
not
you're
the
among them,
attentive one.
you're not late. Yeah.
At least we 3% didn't hear it lah. Huh?
No.
Okay, okay lah, like this win already lah. But is that all for our 7 more, or do we have any more things?
So I guess people will be interested in what the eyes can see, right? What are the kinds of beings out there? Probably we can speak a little bit more in the next episode.
Since we already opened the topic that you both can see and feel, right?
Yeah.
And you can listen.
He also can listen.
We can listen to human talk.
You can listen. Okay.
So that's our max is there only.
Yeah.
So and that's our show for today.
Do remember, this is just a sharing of knowledge and experiences. Believe it or not, it's for you to decide. In our next episode, we'll be diving into the mysteries of the third eye.
And on top of that, if you have any interesting stories, otherworldly my tongue tied, give me a moment. Otherworldly experiences or even question, do drop us a comment in the comment box below or email us. The link will be placed here. We want to hear from you.
Okay, thank you for joining us today. Remember to like and share and subscribe to our show, and we'll continue to uncover all things missed.
You tongue tied also, right? And cover all things unseen.
Yeah.
Okay,
Bye bye, everyone.
let's clap for ourselves, people. Bye. That's our show for today.
Okay, please remember to.
And that's our show for today.
我可以看着讲吗？
The episode.
And that's our show for today.
Shit, I don't have that.
I'm sorry.
One more time for 3. And that's our show for today.
Do remember this is just a sharing. Hi. Hi. And.
Okay to go?